So great to have you here. And I can tell you, this episode is a special one. It's recorded live from the Tech Together fair that took place in October 2024. And I was there. I talked to speakers, sponsors, and it was really exciting to be there. And here is one of the conversations I had. So Anna, thank you so much for joining the podcast. We're at Tech Together at the event, the Tech Together special. We're podcasting about this on a weekly basis for more than a month now. So it was a month ago, the moment that this will be aired. Can you tell me how you got involved in the Tech Together?
Yeah, well, I feel very honored to be involved in the Tech Together, and it's mostly because I know Wendy well. She used to run a network at Salesforce for women, and just like I do as president of Professional Women Network, PWN here in the Netherlands. And I also work in tech. So I've been working in corporate tech for around 20 years. As a woman, and with a background of finance as well. So it's been very used to working with men, but really came to the Netherlands, and all that changed a little bit my perception of, I feel that in the Netherlands, the women-men parity is not there yet, which I was quite surprised. So I decided to join PWN Netherlands as a volunteer and see how I can maybe change a little bit the world here in the Netherlands, let's say, for women.
Good. And you were just on stage?
Yes.
Yes. But what did you do? Where did you talk about?
Yeah, but I had the honor of having a few people in my panel. Just read their names. But so that was Marjolein van Tilburg, and she is an absolute, female founder. Just an absolute role model for many of us. And she has a new app. So telling us how Chat License, how that changed the world for many parents and children, how to really understand the technology that is here. I also had the pleasure of having Karine El Oitifi, who is the founder of Wheels of Impact, and really opening up and why he wants to create communities of people that have a lot in common rather than differences. And also in addition to that, I had Alex in my session, and he is the founder of a company that does virtual reality. So it's virtual reality to really talk about empathy. So people that maybe what he was saying is, I don't know what it feels to be, a woman, or what it feels to be this. That virtual reality might give you that perspective of really getting into the eyes and the body of someone else. So I thought that was really, really cool. It's been super fun.
It's been super fun. So you say that you're working in tech for 20 years.
Yes, that's correct.
I podcast for more than a year with women in tech. Yeah. And I also always ask them, what's the men-female ratio? Yeah. How is that in your career? Because you're going back for 20 years. Is there a change coming?
Oh my goodness, yes. And I'm so happy about it. When I started actually in the fintech space, right, in finance. And I remember being the only woman in the room. You were the only woman and foreigner. So that was
okay, that's a double.
Yeah, it's a double whammer, and also with a language I didn't understand. So at that point, I actually didn't care. I just wanted to do my job, and I didn't see it as a disadvantage or an advantage. It's just how it was, and I was always interested in tech, always interested in finance. When I moved to London, I was in the US and Budapest as well. When I moved to London, I found more women around, so that was really nice. And that changed a bit when I went to the Netherlands and worked in big tech here. I was actually the only woman in the whole sales team. Again. And that changed a bit when I left. So I know it has changed. And then when I joined my present company, Workday, I do feel that there is plenty of women around and plenty of role models. So it has changed. But we still have a lot to go. I'm sure.
We still have a lot to do. Yes, I
Yeah.
can imagine. What would you suggest to women who listen to the podcast or watching the YouTube and they might want to go towards tech but not sure about it, or they just work on their first steps in tech? What can you advise them as a first next step or something they should absolutely take care of?
Yeah. So I think, and we've heard it today, which is beautiful, but you don't need to be a coder, even though I did study a bit of coding in university.
Oh, it's good to understand.
It's good to understand the concept, but you don't have to be a coder. You don't have to, be a techie person in order to work in tech. There is so many things you can do in a company of tech. So at the moment, I'm running a team of customer success managers. So they are not necessarily all of them techie people, and you don't have to be there, right? So I think there's this misconception of I need to know it all, or I need to have how many degrees or a PhD before I go into tech. And I think women tend to want to be too educated. I think we just have to go for it. It has been a great place for me. I don't think I will leave tech ever, right? Just go for it. I would say don't feel like you have to be meeting 100% of the criteria, right? Which I know many men are a lot more bullish about it. So they're like, oh, okay, so maybe I have only 30% or 40% of the resume, but I still go for the job, right? We should also be like that. And I'm actually becoming that way as well, which is great to see, because I know that there's data on it, and it's
that's a great advice.
Yes.
If you like the salary, you have some skills that might fit, just go for it.
Just go for it.
This is how men do it, and women should be bold about it too.
Absolutely.
Because they're capable a lot more. I just spoke to I really had an interesting talk with Hans Herrero.
Okay.
He's from Elastic.
Oh yeah.
And he also said, you should get the chances, but the most important thing is you don't have to know it all.
No.
You have to be ready to ask the questions.
Absolutely.
And in this company, they're looking for people. They're looking for always for women to hire, but sometimes it's really hard for them to find them. And they're looking for people who are eager to learn and keep asking questions so they will be better. And he said, you can train, you can always train skills. However, if you're willing to learn and evolve, you learn a lot faster and you fit a lot quicker. So
completely right.
I think it's a great. I think it's a great advice.
Yeah.
And also, react on this. If you see a job that might be something, but you're not sure about, just do it. Have this conversation, and you never know where it might lead. If people like to know more, how can people connect with you?
Yeah, the best way, I know there's a lot of social media out there, but the one I like to use the most is LinkedIn. So Ana with one N, Herrero, that's my Spanish last name, Herrero Wallace. And then can just connect me on LinkedIn, or maybe come to one of our events at PWN Netherlands. So look to see which future event we have, or just connect me, have a coffee. I'm also working at Workday, which is tech company, and we're always hiring good people as well. So and reach out, because it's funny. I feel that people, they want to reach out and they don't. Most people don't. So I do encourage to do that. And one thing, sorry, just wanted to say that I say to my whole network is networking is net worth. So you need to know more people in order to get those jobs. It's not just applying for resumes. Most of my 3 last jobs have always been through network. It's always been, and that's the best way.
You hear this more often. you
Clearly.
find everything and everyone you want through someone. So,
Yeah.
invest in that network. You never know what it gets.
Network is amazing. Yeah. And get out there.
Yes, absolutely. Go out there. And you go out, enjoy the rest of
Thank you so much.
You said, I'm finally having an event where you can have, where you can take your partner and your child and your children.
And my children, it's so fun. They're having a blast. I mean, they didn't want to come in the beginning and now they're just jumping around.
And they finally understand what you're doing.
Yes, exactly. And I think it's also lovely for my 6-year-old daughter to see that her mom is up on stage. And I think that's lovely. That is the role model. And also for my son, he needs to see, hey, women are equal, women are there. It's not just us. So hopefully we are bringing up our children the right way. But yeah, it's been lovely. So thank you so much for the invite.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for being here.
Yes, thank you.
If you enjoyed today's episode, hit subscribe and leave a review. Stay connected on social media. Find us on LinkedIn, Instagram and X, DutchTechOnHeels. Who are the C-level women in tech you'd like us to feature next? Send us a message. Your suggestions guide our future conversations. Stay inspired, stay connected, and until next time, this is DutchTechOnHeels signing off.